We are back. Next episode. Thank you so much for all your support on the last one. It really excelled and did so much better than what we anticipated it would do.
It did. We started the last episode with, 100 subscribers?
Yeah, we're celebrating 100 subscribers.
Now we're celebrating 200.
Already, yeah. So that's only possible with all your support.
Cheers,
so
again.
I'm not drinking because, as you can tell from my voice, I'm not too well.
But this is what happens when you go away skiing and stay in cold conditions for a few days.
It was a great time, but I probably should have wrapped up a bit more.
But yeah, we got 100 subscribers when you left, so maybe do it more often.
I know, mate. No, I'm thrilled. It's amazing. Like, the podcast is growing. Things are looking up. We've got so much to talk about today.
We've got some people that we want to say big thanks to as well.
Yeah.
A couple of guys. One from Twitter.
Yeah.
Someone you've been speaking to very.
Jose Margado. I'm sure you know who he is. He's quite a big figure on Twitter. He's got 50 odd K followers. He's a journalist, Portuguese journalist. He's reporting all the time about tennis news. He's passionate about the game. So if you don't follow him already, go check him out. I'll leave his little @handle.
Put it there.
No, we'll put it down here. Just put it in the description.
Should we put it? Oh, we'll put it in the description.
It's just easier, then they can click through it.
It's this one here as well.
Yeah. So we'll sort that out. Go follow him. He's a great guy, really nice.
I wanted to address something from my last, from the last podcast as well. Apparently I was taking a stat from Coffee Break Tennis, which was apparently Ben Rothenberg's tweet, but I'm not the Twitter man. He's
another cool guy on Twitter. Like,
Ben Rothenberg,
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He really does know his stuff.
So shout out to him. Yeah, follow that guy as well.
Yeah, so thanks for you guys and thanks for everything. I think we'll just get on with it.
Yeah, I think so.
So where do you want to start?
Well, let's start for this match in Africa for 2020.
The match for Africa.
It's match for Africa. It's in Africa.
Oh, gosh.
And it's got, two of the GOAT candidates.
Oh, be careful. You don't want to say too much there.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's another thing we should address first. Thanks for all of the response on the last episode. I know that there's been sort of a mixed bag. Most people really loving the fact we're discussing the topic, but due to the amount of interest in the topic of who is the GOAT...
Oh, it's such an important topic.
Well, we're definitely going to go ahead and discuss it in more detail.
We're going to do an episode where we'll revisit and sort of look more in depth for the stats, because we feel the last one didn't really do it justice. Like, it's a big topic. There's so much to say on the issue.
You've got to remember that with this podcast, we are still trying to cover all of the results, and we're trying to cover like the ATP events. We're trying to cover the WTA events. We're trying to cover current events. We're trying to cover a lot of things, and probably we just didn't do it. Well, didn't give it.
We didn't give it enough.
Didn't give it the respect it deserves. So maybe we do one full 40-minute episode just on the GOAT.
I think it's brilliant too, because there's so much to talk about. And
so much.
We only skimmed the surface, really.
Yeah,
we didn't even go into depth on who we felt was the greatest of all time.
Exactly.
People feel like maybe I think Rafael Nadal is, but like you'll find out, maybe that's not necessarily true.
Find out.
Like the mystery there I put on the podcast.
Yeah. If you keep watching, we'll definitely have one of those coming out very, very soon. So we're going to be at home doing our research and compiling a lot of statistics just to get the debate going.
Yeah, but for now, Match for Africa.
Match for Africa.
What an occasion it was. 51,000 people watching.
Most ever in a tennis match.
No one's ever watched. There's never been so many spectators at a tennis match before. There's been very little hosted in South Africa before, so it's brilliant for the local people to be able to see their idols. And to be able to watch and
people
at the end of the day.
People in the top row probably.
It looked quite far, I must admit.
But still, I think it was all for the Roger Federer Foundation, isn't it? Running through.
No, it's for It may still be. I'm not sure.
I think it's running in association with the Roger Federer Foundation.
What I saw online is they raised $3.5 million for kids in Africa, so their education.
Yeah. I think that's what his thing's all about.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, fair play.
I wasn't sure if it was a Roger Federer.
So I went onto the website and just checked it all out, and right at the bottom, big RF at the bottom, Foundation.
Oh, nice.
I think it's something that Roger's really keen on promoting and giving a little bit back, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate it is. I feel like his mum has got some heritage towards South Africa.
Maybe we should...
we'll verify that,
we'll go into that on the GOAT chat.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be part of it.
But anyway, what did you make of it?
What, the actual match?
Not the actual match, because I'm going to be honest, it doesn't really. The match was a bit. It doesn't mean anything. It's an exhibition match. I've never seen an exhibition match not go to 3 sets.
True.
So it doesn't matter what was going to happen. The second set, the other person was always going to win it.
That's true.
The outcome of the match is a bit. It doesn't really mean anything.
What do you think?
We'll cover the fact that Roger Federer did win. He won the singles against Nadal.
What about the doubles match, mate? That's the one everyone's talking about.
Yeah, the doubles is probably more exciting.
Bill Gates, I didn't think I've ever seen.
Bill Gates isn't bad.
Not bad. Got a little bit of work there. He needs to put into that forehand.
He's much better than the other guy.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, yeah.
I
was not impressed with Trevor Noah. He looked good in all the gear.
He seemed more pumped up. They had the headband.
He had all the gear, but very little idea.
Yeah, I think you're right. But great to see them coming out for the good cause as well, though.
Yeah, no, it's really brilliant.
Nice.
Honestly, it attracted the numbers. Like, I think it went on sale a few months before the event, and it sold out in 10 minutes.
Whoa.
So that's ridiculous.
This is faster than a Conor McGregor fight.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. For them to be able to do the numbers that they did, it's just super impressive. And
a testament to Rafa and Roger.
It just begged the question for me, how do you reckon Djokovic feels about all of this? Knowing that, I know it's for charity and everything, but do you think it has a bit of it's another dagger, it's another little...
A little dig.
It's another little dig, isn't it? It's another little nail in the coffin, really.
Why are they combining their names now? Like, now they're called Fedel.
Yeah.
What's this about? Like,
yeah, I know.
Come on, they're not in a relationship.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And people are just commenting on Instagram too. I love seeing Roger and Nadal.
Oh, there's a lot of fans.
I love
there's Fedel fans.
I love
there's people who love Fedel together. It's crazy. But I understand it. At the end of the day, Roger Federer specifically, he is like the pinnacle of the sport in terms of like he enabled it to get to the level it is today. People may disagree with that, but I feel that he is very influential in the way that tennis has developed and the way it is in the place it is today. So it's kind of fitting the fact that a big rival of his over the years has been Rafael Nadal.
Maybe this will be their downfall, is the fact they're friends. Djokovic, nah, I'm good. I will stay on my own and I'll beat both of you.
You know what? That's an extremely good point you've made. That's a really good point.
Why would I want to be a friend until after my career's finished?
I agree. I kind of agree.
He doesn't have any friends on the court.
I
doesn't have any friends in the stands.
He claims to be friends with Federer and Nadal and that, but it's all very much like there's more of a competitive element there in terms of there's a big rivalry. There's a big rivalry between Nadal and Federer, but is it getting a bit softer now?
I think so.
Are we going to lose that touch in the Grand Slam final? Is it going to be the same?
I think they're just getting a little bit older, and now they're
coming to the end of their career.
Maybe they're just trying to tag team against Djokovic, knowing that he's the one coming through.
And this is definitely something we should consider when we actually discuss who we think the greatest of all time is.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the actual match. We're going to keep going on so many different segments here.
I mean, the actual match itself, and I mean, it was just an exhibition, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an exhibition match. There was a lot of trick shots.
Little fancy bits and pieces.
Nadal had a great shot, where he like twisted round, and that was a nice one.
Yeah, very good.
But aside from that, it was just is what it was. Federer won. Who really cares? They raised a lot of money for charity. Great cause. Yeah. And yeah, I don't really have much more to say about the event. It was a great one.
Well done to everyone involved, and look forward to the next one, I think.
Yeah.
See if you can break the record.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, if we come away from that and then we dig into one of the 3 ATP events that was on last week.
Ooh,
yeah,
and the one to start with. So it's nice to see all the ATP sort of events sort of flourishing now. We had Doha, Rublev was dominating the first few, but now he's not been in these recent ones. But I think he needs to have breaks in between.
Well, I think
you can't go in all of them. So.
No, exactly. I think should we start off in ATP Pune? Or I think, as I now heard, it's Pune, I think.
So we're saying it wrong. We like the Pune, mate.
Pune's better.
We thought Per was going to do well in the Pune, but he didn't, did he?
He didn't do well in the Pune. He was probably too focused on Pune that he forgot to play tennis in the Pune. But, yeah, I think well done to Jiri Vesely.
Wow, yeah. He's been around for a long time, Vesely.
Second ATP Tour title, 5 years, I believe, after his
2015,
Yeah, after his first one.
Yeah.
But well done to him. I watched the final. I thought Gerasimov, he's been sort of digging himself out of a hole in every single match he's had in that tournament. He was coming from a set behind every time. We went right to the wire in the final set, and well, Vesely.
Because I remember he made a bit of big mistake, Jerusalem. There was one shot, a really big unforced error, and it sort of swung the whole pendulum, which makes me think it was a very close match. They're very evenly matched. You'd say probably on paper Jerusalem maybe is the better player. However,
Vesely can beat anybody.
Vesely has the shots. He's an incredible player. Like his shots are very. He's got a wide range of shots. He's a very hard hitter from the baseline.
Not so long ago, he beat Nadal in Wimbledon, didn't he? I think that was only a couple of years back.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was a big upset, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's the proof that he can turn up.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was a brilliant result for him.
And then
who was our selections for that? I think you had Konsoon, right? No, I had Konsoon. And he went out.
Who did I have? Oh, Ivashka.
Ivashka, yeah.
Yeah,
you had Ivashka.
and then he went out to Vesely, who was the eventual winner.
Yeah, so it's not too bad.
13-11 in the final tie-break, so went out to the winner. You'll find a lot of my selections go out to the winner, eventual winner. So.
Usually my selections.
And that probably takes us on to, well, after my bigging up of Attila Balázs, he went out to 6-3, 6-0 to Garin, who ended up being
the eventual winner.
The eventual winner. So I was a bit downhearted that he went out.
Oh, I didn't know that. Your picks they all went out to the winner.
Well,
so my one got to the final. This is now on ATP Cordoba. Schwartzman, he got to the final against Garin. And if I'm honest, the way he played up to that point, it was very good. Like Schwartzman was in form. He was so quick around the court.
I thought Garin might do something just based upon in the semi-final against was it Gerrard from France?
Oh right, yeah.
He lost the second set 6-1, and I thought that's a little bit. I didn't think Gerrard was on his same level, but then it opened up the possibility in my mind that Garin looked like he was on form, might be able to do him.
Mate, you was right. Garin absolutely tore him apart. Schwartzman took one of the sets, didn't it? It was 2-1.
Yeah.
But that final set, he bageled it. 6-0.
6-0. And some of the tennis he was playing was like really
I did see a bit of it because I was fascinated to see how it sort of panned out because Garin had a really good run of form last year, especially on clay. It's definitely his surface.
There was me saying he was up and down. Apparently he's up now.
No, I don't know. He's a very good player. He's really good. And I
just wanted Attila to win.
It's good now because he's in his career high as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's never reached. I think he's in the 20s.
I think it's his third ATP Tour title as well. So well done to Garin.
Yep.
It's an incredible achievement.
And he's in the next one now.
Yeah.
The next one in Buenos Aires in Argentina.
Another
so straight into that, So we'll see how he gets on. I feel like it's sometimes difficult for. We know what the curse.
the curse.
If you win an ATP tournament, the next one usually go out in the first round.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how that one pans out.
Hopefully that's not right for Garin.
Anyway, back to France now.
All right, France, and we had Gael Monfils, and he made it his third time winning in Montpellier.
Yeah, no, he's good there. Yeah,
really good. The home fans really cheered.
I loved his celebration at the end.
He had some good celebrations throughout the whole thing.
No, he's an entertainer though, isn't he?
He was just giving it a bit of the old fist pumps, wasn't he? Like looking at his box.
He's someone you want to watch, isn't it? He's so entertaining.
When he's
it's not just that; he's a brilliant player as well. People sometimes look at him as too much of an entertainer. The guy is an unreal tennis player as well.
When he's on his game, he's up there with, he's top 8, isn't he?
Yeah.
And he's got the power, but he also has that movement around the court. He's flexible, and he's got a good serve.
He's one of the quickest players.
Yeah.
I remember watching a clip of a lot of pro players discussing who they thought was the fastest player around the court. A few of them said David Goffin.
Yeah, he's very quick around the court.
Most of them, 8 out of 10, were going for Monfils, which surprised me because I didn't look at him as someone that quick, but clearly he's able to get around the court very quick. Yeah. And it must be a massive help.
Did you see that shot where he had one where he was on the run and then hit it down the line for a winner?
All right. No, I didn't see it.
That was when he got one of the celebrations out like that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Coming at his box. Yeah, it was on the run, and I think he was up against, was it Vasek
Pospisil, who's burst back on the scene. He's been around for a long time.
He was out injured for a long time.
Yeah, but now he's back. And he was
looks really good.
He's a top player. I remember watching him in Wimbledon a few times. Really good, and it's nice to see him back because he's definitely got the ability.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just refreshing really to see someone back, and he's must have trained really hard to get back to the level. Because I feel like sometimes when you take an injury, which we'll go on later on, I want to talk about Jack Sock and how that's the impact on. If you compare Vasek Pospisil and Jack Sock, the differences between them two is just enormous.
Yeah,
you've got both top players. Jack Sock was top 10 in the world this time last year, maybe 18 months ago, and now he's unranked altogether. Doesn't have 10? A ranking. Yeah, top 10.
Really?
Yeah, Jack Sock.
I didn't think he was that high.
He was ridiculously high.
Gonna have to check that now.
Double check before
yeah, ranked 8th.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Jack Sock top 10 in the world, now dropped out altogether, doesn't have a ranking. Played the other day against Marcos Giron. Lost 2-0.
Yeah.
And it's just, he looked poor, mate. Like, he's unfit. He can't seem to hit his shots. Doesn't look interested.
It's really
but the
sad.
thing what winds me up about it is, why was he able to get into the ATP New York? I don't want to. That's another tournament we'll discuss more in detail. But
yeah,
he got a wild card into the ATP New York when there's other young, promising players who I felt deserve much more of a shot than someone who's just, at the end of the day,
Brandon Nakashima.
There's loads. He's just someone who just wasn't really. He's not at the races. He's clearly not putting in enough work. He looks overweight.
Well, in his last,
he's not won a game since 2018.
He's won one match, but this
he won a few in the ATP in the Davis Cup, Labour Cup. Yeah,
but he won against Fonini, who's famous for not turning up for some reason.
Oh, the guy's got the ability. He was top 10 last year. I feel like it's just very. I think it's. There's no excuse for someone to be a top 10 player and then a year later unable to even get a ranking altogether. He can't pull together a win.
It might just have one of those really niggling injuries though. Sometimes an injury is so bad that it sort of brings us back to a little bit like when we've had Murray trying to attempt his comeback. Yeah. Like, it's been really hindering him. You see him losing to people Murray shouldn't be losing.
He still did really well though in his comeback. He won, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's out again though.
He won in 8-12.
Yeah, but he came back, but then obviously to the detriment of him going back out again, because he was pushing his body harder than should have been going, really, because he just wants to get back.
Yeah.
But the same could be said a little bit for Djokovic when he had that little gap in, I think it was the end of 2017 or was it 2018? He had that elbow injury and he was losing to people. I didn't realise that he lost in the Australian Open to someone called Chung. You know Chung? He lost in straight sets to him.
Oh, really?
I know. So that's what I mean. Like,
I remember a big shock.
Someone hundreds and 50, but that's how out of the game he was. He could get through 3 rounds, but then the wear and tear on it.
Something seems a bit different with this Jack Sock situation.
What do you reckon's happened in his time off?
That's what I'm saying. It's just, we'll never know. I'll look into it more for the next podcast,
Yeah,
but I'll just sort of raise it as something. I wanted to talk more about the positives anyway. Vasek Pospisil, incredible. Back on the scene, looks back to his best. Beat Goffin in the round before. He was the second seed for the tournament. I forget who he beat in the round before that, but he beat another good player, and quite comfortably as well.
Yeah.
There's someone he beat 6-1 the round before. Was it Krajinovic? Or he beat someone good? Yeah, and he beat Gasquet 6-1. He beat Shapovalov.
He beat my tip. As soon as I'd given my tip for the tournament, Pospisil decided just to knock him out of the tournament straight away. So thanks for that.
My tip was Dimitrov, and he went out more or less straight after the podcast went live as well. So we had a mare in Montpellier.
But then look who's facing each other in this week's tournaments. There's Shapovalov versus Dimitrov.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Pospisil, great to see him. The resurgence of him.
Yeah,
I found something a bit strange though. Did you see him? And he was
yeah, I did.
He was eating from the maple syrup bottle.
What's that? Is that like he's seen Djokovic in his secret potions? I think he wants some of his own. He's got a maple syrup. He's just.
I saw some of the Canadians on Twitter. They was lapping it up like, oh he's doing our country proud. Go on, boy.
I think maybe he's doing a bit of free advertising for the syrup company. You never know. How's that helping him? What? Mate, just a sugar boost?
It did well for him.
Can't knock it. Not in the final, it didn't.
No, in the final, mate. I think he was doing it in the final. That's when I saw him doing it as well.
Yeah, so. Maybe it was like slowing him down. It was like stuck in the
syrup.
Yeah, let's move away from there. Let's have a look at what other ATP events are on this week. So we've got ATP Buenos Aires.
Yep. in Argentina.
And are you aware
Another clay tournament.
Another clay tournament. Are you aware of who's playing in this
Yeah,
tournament?
well, there's a few of the usual suspects in it.
Have any picks for this tournament?
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to be boring. I'm going to go for the same as the one I had for Cordoba. Schwartzman. Although Gerrard's in the same tournament this time, I feel like he's going to have learnt from his mistakes he made there. And throughout Schwartzman's career...
Forever going to back Schwartzman.
No, throughout Schwartzman's career, his major problem in Argentina, he's got a name for it. They know him quite well for this. He struggles with the big finals. Finals, he loses them. He's like Jurgen Klopp before he started. Well, he can't really say that now because he wins everything. He wins them. But he gets to a final, can't handle the situation, loses. And Schwartzman, he's got a bit of a weak sort of mental edge.
Sounds like you're a little bit of a hater towards all the players you love. You just criticise them in finals. Team, your favourite player, weak in finals, bottles it.
Well, no,
Schwartzman.
No,
love
team.
him.
Let me clarify with team. Team won more ATP tournaments last year than any other player.
Oh.
So he's able to. I'm talking more about team on a Grand Slam level. On the big league. This is the big league.
But get back
with
to
Schwartzman on the
Schwartzman.
ATP level, he's struggling to win them ones. He's struggling to win the finals. And he could have so many more than what he's done. However, saying all of that, his ability alone, he's one of the players who have won an ATP tournament for the last 10 years, every year.
That's really good.
So he's obviously a top player, and I feel like he's going to have learnt from his mistakes in the last one. I feel like he's definitely got the ability. I think he's going to breeze to the semis. It doesn't matter who he plays. Yeah, because he's
breezing.
He can play Garrin in the second round, mate. He'll beat him. He'll be fine. He'll get there, and I hope this time that he's going to have hopefully a better draw. And I think he's my tip to win anyway.
Garrin's licking his lips, thinking another bagel, mate. But there's some other good ties there, though. But somebody I'm picking out, I picked him out, but he already won already. I'd already picked him out. Kasparov, I think he's a young up-and-coming hopeful. I thought he was incredible on clay last year. I was backing him to even beat Federer at some point. I was getting so behind him, I just went. So
I remember it's after in the French he beat Berrettini on Roland Garros, didn't he?
Yeah. So I was backing him to beat Federer, and then he just lost in straight sets, I think. But still, the promising signs from a young 20-year-old lad that was there.
Oh, brilliant player, yeah, again, and it's not a bad tip, to be honest.
And look what he's done, Anderjar, he's put him out in two sets to love.
Yeah, I think it was a quick one as well, like 50 minutes or something. The game was
so
over,
he's done that, and he's seeded 8 in the tournament. He could be coming up against Kitchenato or Caballes Baena next. So,
but talking about the clay, there's a player we didn't talk about from the last tournament, and that's Andrej Martin. He's a really good player, and he's been in a really good Baena form of late. He's been beating some good players. And I think he's someone you can't really dismiss. He's just creeping into the top 100 now. But he's been in such great form that he's able to beat the very best on clay.
Well, he beat somebody that we've been touting as good young French player, wasn't he? Moutet.
Yeah.
Beat him 2-0.
Yeah, exactly. It was very comfortable as well.
And took a set off of Garrin as well, so...
Yeah, no,
he's
no
mean feat.
That's what I'm saying. So, and if Garrin's 20th in the world, this guy's just breaking into the top 100. It wouldn't surprise me if Andrej... It'd be nice to see how he does in Roland Garros. I feel like because of his ranking, he's not going to necessarily get the best draw. So he could be facing against one of the top players quite soonish, which is a shame for him. But
and he's just broken.
I still wouldn't write him off. He's a brilliant player. And
playing
he's,
at the moment.
Is he?
Yeah. Just broken against Bagnes.
Oh, wow, yeah.
There you go.
Interesting, yeah. Mate, I think he's beat Bagnes. But
he'd only played him a few weeks ago. Beat him 2-0.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
quite comfortably as well.
Just look out for Andrej Martin. The guy is a brilliant player on clay.
Sorry if you're
I can't say about any other surface.
Sorry if the name pronunciation is
probably Andre. It's probably a silent J. Andre Martin. Lucky we don't do pronunciation.
Yeah, no.
It's not a worry.
Yeah, so you've got our selection for that. So I'm going with myself. I'm going with who did I say? I'm going with Kasparov. Yeah, Kasparov for me.
And Diego Schwartzman
for you. And then we move away. Let's go over to Rotterdam, where there's lots and lots of good players in this tournament.
Rotterdam's more the top tier ATP, isn't it?
Yeah,
there's a lot of good players.
Some serious players.
You've got the likes of Tsitsipas, you've got Medvedev,
you've got Rublev, you've got Per Bendene, You've got, you said Tsitsipas.
Yep.
Hubert Hurkacz.
Yeah, another young
You've
player.
got Krajinovic. Did you say that already?
No.
You've got Felix.
There's one I'm waiting for you to say, but I don't think you've said it.
Let me pull up the draw 1 second.
There's one I'm waiting for you to say, but the name's eluding me.
Monfils.
No, not Monfils.
Wow. Kukushkin.
No.
Jules Simon.
No.
Yannick Sinner.
No. Wow, there's so many good players.
There's so many good. This is like who's who. Medvedev.
No, not Medvedev.
Pospisil against Medvedev. That's one in the first round. Wow. Something tells me you have a gut feeling about who's going to win this.
It's only because I told you earlier who I think is going to win. But no, yeah, like you say, Roberto Bautista Agut, he's my tip to win this event.
Wow.
I think his form so far in 2020 has been incredible. He had a brilliant ATP Cup. The Australian Open was a bit disappointing for him, but I think he played against a really good, I think it was, who knocked him out in that?
In the Australian Open, he lost to Cilic in 5.
Yeah, it was very tight.
Cilic on
It's
hard,
a bit disappointing.
always.
It's a bit disappointing. I feel like I should have done better in that one, but like I say, it took to 5 sets. Can go either way, I feel.
Cilic, he's
experienced.
He's a Grand Slam winner, mate. And he's been to a couple of, more than, I think he's been to 3 Grand Slam finals, hasn't he, in total? So, yeah, when you come up against Cilic in a Grand Slam, it's no easy match. So
Of course.
I think...
And congratulations to Cilic as well. He's just had a baby with his wife.
Oh, congratulations, Marin.
So, yeah.
Or Maran.
Marin.
Marin?
I
Or
don't know.
Maran?
He's just taking time off anyway from the game, so
Oh,
that'll be nice for him.
Do
But
you
then,
wanna-
yeah, Agut, the reason I say Agut is
Right.
not just to his form. I just feel like the way he plays, he has a mental edge like other players don't, and I can just see him progressing quite well. And not just that, he's played a lot more games than some of these other top players.
Yeah.
Medvedev's not played so much. I think sometimes match fitness is important, and he's definitely there with it. So we'll see. Obviously, you can say Monfils as well, but I feel like sometimes if you just won a tournament, it's very difficult. Like we've said, the curse.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people I'm sort of dismissing based off my own little stupid ideas I've got in my head. But so for that reason, I think I got.
Okay. Interesting. For me, it's a little bit predictable, but we haven't really heard his name for a while. But Daniil Medvedev, I think he jumps off the page with his hard court form last year. It's hard to go against him. My other maybe selection, another Russian, was Rublev because of his amazing. He's won 2 ATPs already.
Yeah, I don't see Rublev doing it.
I don't see Rublev doing it, but that's why I.
Do you know what the nickname for Medvedev is?
No.
The Octopus. That's what they call it. He's called
Why?
the Octopus.
So
Well,
he's
come
got
on,
8
it's quite
legs.
self-explanatory. Have you seen him on the court, mate? You can't beat him. You throw a shot, he just got his arms all over the place. He's quite a lanky sort of figure, and he's able to get shots you would never think were possible.
Yeah.
Like remember the one against France's TFO, where he's already turned away,
Yeah.
celebrating like he's won the point.
I know.
And then all of a sudden he turns around, the ball's just past him.
Why did he? Never.
No,
turn
but
your
come
back.
on, it looked like the point was over. I don't know how he's man. He does shots which I've never seen
stops
players
running
do.
though, does he?
Another one what springs to mind instantly is the one against Federer where he's done that slice out of nowhere and it's come back to the other side of the net. So yeah, it's a brilliant tip and like he must be the top seed, right?
Yeah, he's top seed. So, but it's I look down the list and I don't see anyone beating him. That was
Fair enough.
But Pospisil's not an easy first.
That's what I'm
round draw.
saying. Yeah, especially in the form Pospisil's been in.
But he did well. But he came up short against Monfils, and I think Medvedev would probably beat Monfils if I'm honest.
Yeah, I agree. And
Maybe not in France, but
yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It's definitely a tricky match to start off with. I wouldn't want to be playing Vasek Pospisil in the form he's playing in right now. So
I think it's teeing up.
I do feel like Medvedev will come through, but we'll see how it comes.
It's teeing up for a Rublev-Medvedev quarter-final. And then on the other side, potentially Tsitsipas versus Agut, yeah.
That worries me.
No, not the part. That could be a semi-final, Tsitsipas Agut.
That worries me.
Goffin Agut
Ooh,
in the quarters.
Mate,
maybe.
they're all going to be difficult. I don't think any semi-final game in this tournament specifically is going to be tricky. It's going to be easy because they've got to have beaten like top players to get there.
So who's this one? This tournament.
This Rotterdam's an interesting one.
You've got Dan Evans in there. He's up against Karen Khachanov next. That's a very good match.
Maybe next year we might even be there.
We might be.
We'll put it out there now. Our aim is to hopefully maybe be there next year, but we'll see how it goes.
You'll get stuck in a coffee shop in the red light district.
It's all right, just film it. Just let me know how it goes.
Another ATP event, New York. Let's have a quick look into that one. Give our picks for that.
Yeah, on New York, ATP New York, a player I thought who would do quite well in it, who's actually already gone out. It was a bit of a surprise. It's Tennis Sangram.
Yeah, that is a shock.
He's been playing so well, and I thought really maybe he could do well, but Steve Johnson managed to beat him in 2.
Go on, Big Steve.
Yeah, well, I really did fancy Tennis Sangram. I thought he would do well in it, but what do I know about tennis? He's already out. So, who's your tip for that one?
My tip for this one, So yeah, my tip for New York is going to be had an amazing Australian Open. Milos Raonic.
Yeah,
I think he's back.
Is he the top seed?
No, John Isner's the top seed.
Oh, right, okay.
But I think, Raunic's second seed. So
right.
Sorry if it's safe again, but
no, you got to be honest.
After the Australian Open, I was so impressed.
Yeah, no.
And Djokovic isn't in this tournament.
I think he's the one to beat. In fact, I actually kind of agree with you. I think Raonic is the one. But if I had to pick someone else, I'd go for Nishioka.
Yeah, well.
He's like a bulldog for me around the court. He's just so intense. And he's just...
very good player.
He's so good on hard. Like, it's his surface to a tee. And he's been getting some good results of late. So I fancy him to do well. So we'll see how it goes.
One fixture. Well, I'm hoping we can get Ivo Karlovic. Hopefully he can make it through so we can set up the John Isner Ivo Karlovic match just for you.
Mate, I won't be watching that. That's for sure. Can't stand
And then we can have we can run like a little bet. Like, how many aces do you reckon are going to fly in this match?
The thing is, they're probably so lazy them two, they'll just like let them go past. Like, if they see the other guy doing a big service, like, just leave that one. Not to wait for my service.
It's like the Twin Towers.
You just know it's going to be 7-6, 6-7, 7-6. I'm not sure which way, but if you put a bet on a tie break, probably don't return much. That's a fact.
Kevin Anderson, someone you haven't mentioned.
Yeah,
Big Kev, mate.
He's capable, but
Big Kev from South Africa. He just had the match for Africa down there. He's like pumped up now. He's like, come on.
Nah, he's not my tip.
Alright, neither me.
I don't have much to say about him. I feel like Raonic is better than him, and I think Nishioka is a better tennis player, so we'll see how it goes.
Also, yeah, WTA event, which is happening over in Russia.
What's this? Is there 2 in Russia, or is it just the one?
No, there's one in Russia, there's one in Thailand as well.
Right, okay.
The Hua Hin in Thailand and St. Petersburg.
Nice.
WTA.
So I'm not familiar with the Thailand one too much, but the St. Petersburg one, there's a lot of good players there. I think you got Kvitova. I think Bencic is there.
Let me pull up the draw quickly. Yeah, we got Bencic as number 1 seed there. We've also got Contas in there. She's got up against Dodin in the next round. We got Burton's Kiki. She's up against Kudermetova.
Yeah, no, there's a few good players there. For me, I just think Kvitova, I think it's her chance. She's going to win that one.
Not for me.
Who's going to win?
I'm back in the Rybakina.
Rybakina.
Yeah, she was doing well at the end of last year. I think she's back in it again.
She'll have a little injury though against Konta, so we'll see how that comes about.
She's up against Ferro next.
That wasn't Konta, sorry. The other Brit, what's her name? Watson, yeah.
She's up against Ferro, Italian.
Fiona.
Yeah, she's pretty good, but I think she should get past her. She's looking to maybe set up a semi-final, hopefully with Bencic along the way, and it could be at the other end of the draw. We got Burton's, maybe quite like this Vekic, but she might come up against Kvitova in the quarters. Yeah. But yeah, that's my tip. We'll see how that gets on. Moving across to Thailand, we'll have a look with Thailand. Let's just give a pick anyway.
There's only one player to pick from.
Well, there was this. Well, I was going to pick. Well, you would pick Svitolina, I'm sure. She's the number 1 seed, and I was going to say Qiang Wang as my pick, but there's somebody else of note that we can't go without mentioning. The Tig is in this tournament,
Patricia.
And she's gone and knocked out 6th seed in the first round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so go on, the Tig.
Let's see how she does.
Yeah. Should we move over to... There's just some current events we should discuss. Do you see Carolina Wozniacki's retired, mate?
I know.
Think how many bets of yours she ruined over the years. But she did help win a lot of them as well, and she was an incredible player. Yeah, so I think we say cheers to Caroline Wozniacki for an incredible career, including one Grand Slam win there at the Australian Open 2018.
She reached the top of the women's game. She was #1 for some time. And she's done everything really you can do in tennis. It's a shame she only won the one Grand Slam.
Got to the
but
final.
in all the others, she was in finals or semi-finals. She had a brilliant career. She's always been a very much respected tennis player who's always always giving her all on the court, which is always nice, even when she's losing. Or
she had 30 WTA titles to her name, which is pretty impressive. So
something I found weird about her retirement was, did you see Steven Gerrard?
Yeah.
Sent her a message on, I think it was Instagram or something.
I know, I didn't realise that
I
was so close.
I didn't see that relationship going, but I guess top sportsmen must have they've got some connection.
Yeah, they must have met at some event somewhere. I think Gerrard just said he's a big tennis fan.
Oh, nice.
And he just followed her career. So
Stevie G.
Yeah. Anyway, enough bad impressions. Yeah, but well done to Carolina Wozniacki. Sad to see you go. But if you're doing it all for the right reasons, you had an incredible career. So here's to you. Yeah, just another current event. There was somebody in one of the tournaments. I believe it was in Pune. Yeah, Pune. Yeah, in Pune. It was Roberto Marcora had come out. He did so well. He beat Benoit Paire.
Not for the first time either.
Really?
He's beaten him before, a few years back. And that's his only ever win he's had against a top 50 or top 20 player or whatever.
Pear's pissed off about that. Not him again. But it was something quite humbling a little bit. He obviously hasn't made too many ATP events. He's been on this Challenger Tour, like plying his trade. He was just opening up a little bit about how tough it is on the tour. And he said for this, he managed to earn... I think he made it to like the third round, got 16,000 euros or something like that. 16,000 euros in a career where his total career earnings were 67,000 euros. And that's in 11 years.
Wow.
That's
I did not know
that. Career prize money, 67,000 euros. So that's the struggle of the Challenger Tour. He said there's some... And he's 30 years old, I think, 31, something like that.
That baffles me. I did not have a clue about that. I really thought they was making more money like in the other stuff.
He said you can fly to Buenos Aires, and then you'll go out in the first round of a Challenger, you'll get 400 euros.
So you're at a loss.
Yeah, you're at a loss already. You've got flights, and he said that's before tax. You get taxed on the 400 as well, obviously. So I think they're not making that much.
Yeah, you don't get taxed on losses.
Think what ITF is making.
No.
See, that's what I mean. Like, that's crazy that someone's playing for 11 years and they're made that's about £6,000 a year.
Gosh.
Or 6,000 euros. It's even less.
That's shocking. Did not have a clue about that.
How's he surviving?
Well, he must be doing other bits and bobs.
It must be.
I feel like there's obviously different revenue income coming, not just from the prize money of different tournaments where you get sponsorship deals and stuff, but it's clearly not enough, is it? So
no, exactly.
It's nice that he got some money from this one though.
Well, 16k, yeah. It's like
a nice little top up, mate.
That's a third of his whole career earnings all in one tournament, which is crazy.
I know, it is a bit weird.
So yeah, that was just like something interesting that I just picked up on. He did an interview with one of these tennis channels, and really interesting to see what goes on the more the grassroots level, the challengers and stuff. So it's a struggle, and to get to a certain level, to get to that ATP level is not easy, and to stay at the ATP level is even harder.
It's all right, and I think this is a good opportunity now to discuss some of our fan questions. So previously, I must admit, we've not had much engagement. We've tried our best, we're trying to get people engaged, we've not had the most. The last video, we've had like 60 odd, 70 comments.
Yeah,
on it.
I know. It's blown up.
Thank you so much for all the comments.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
We're not going to definitely be able to get through all of them, but I think we should go for one we picked out. Like we picked out one, we thought, oh, that's actually a really interesting question.
Yeah, we had a question, a guy on Instagram called Mr. World Lamb, and he asked, who is your favourite tennis player Without including the big three of Federer, Nadal, Djokovic.
So wait, when you say favourite, do you mean like...
Who's
it's hard to know because he's not here to ask him.
Favourite to watch, because most people...
When you say favourite, it doesn't necessarily be the best player.
No, it doesn't have to be best. Just
someone who you
love.
enjoy.
Yeah, who do you love?
Who do you love watching?
Yeah, who's like the one that you just go, I'm supporting them every step of the way?
That's a good question. Do you know who your one is?
I'm going to have to think about it for a sec.
Yeah, I'm going to take a moment as well because I want to make sure that we give this guy the respect he deserves in terms of actually answering the question fully. But I think I know mine is. And you'll know who mine is as well.
Not sure.
Any idea? No. Kasparov.
I thought you might say him.
He's been someone, like, since he burst through and, like, he's been dubbed as like one of the top young players coming through. He played in the next gen tournament this year, or last year now. Did quite well. Didn't do it brilliant, and I can see that he's quite a young player coming through. But I just love his style of play, and I love his enthusiasm as well. Like when you see him in post-match interviews, he's so positive all the time, and he's always someone who's trying to better his game. So I have a really big connection with him. I've never met him obviously, but it's just something like I feel like I've met him. Do you know when sometimes you don't know, you've never met someone, but you feel like if you was, you'd get on with him.
Yeah.
I have that sort of bond with Kasparov.
That's really good.
And for me, that's the reason I'd pick him, and I feel like he's got all the ability to become a really top player. So yeah, for me, and not just that, he's a predominantly a clay court player, but he's very versatile, able to play on all the different surfaces. We've seen on grass, he's able to adapt and beat good players at Wimbledon or whatever. So for me, like, as a clay court specialist, I feel like he's right up there. And so Kasparov is my favourite player outside of the top three.
Wow.
Has that given you enough time to think about yours?
Yeah, I was thinking about mine, but I'm so interested in the youth, like the next generation of tennis. I'm so much more focused. When you talk about, I just love watching tennis in general as it is. Like I rarely have favourites. I just want to see an epic match every time. So I would have to try and pick somebody who would be actually up and coming. Like
that's what I did, to be fair.
Yeah, you pick someone, but you pick somebody who's actually well renowned now. Like, but
yeah, but he's still up and coming. He's not done anything yet. He's not really won anything or done anything special.
He's not won anything special, but I thought you might pick Martin for some reason, but...
yeah, well, he's in the discussion. There's a lot of tennis players I really like, but for me, my favourite, I'd probably say Kasparov.
I think probably my favourite tennis player then, it might surprise you a little bit, just for his energy and his... I don't know, just comes across as a really likeable person and always like to watch him play. Wilfred Tsonga.
Okay.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah, I used to like him.
He always has a smile on his face on the court. He's always like playing up to the crowds. Whenever he's in a match, he's always in the match, even against top people. He's always...
I went to actually see him live once in
really?
O2. So they do the ATP tournament at the end of the year in the O2, and he played against, I think I watched against Rafa Nadal. I'm not sure, I think he might have lost it, but it went all the way to the end. Like, he played an incredible game, and he's been there. He's quite an experienced player now.
Yeah,
he's always got that sort of thrill factor. He's a brilliant server.
Yeah, incredible.
And he's extremely good at the net as well. Like, I love his volleying. He's incredible volleyer.
Yeah, I think he's just got that power play.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
I just think, just for overall entertainment value, he's someone
he's like an overall package, isn't he?
I think he's one of those players, whenever he's on court, people want to watch him play.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, for me, I would always go and watch a match. If Tsonga's on court, I'm there.
Yeah, well, thanks for the question. I hope we answered it as best as we can.
Indeed. So moving away from that, who's your L of the week?
So on a more negative note, my L of the week, without much thinking about it, is Osaka.
Ah, yeah, I saw that result.
Awful
what she up to? That was in the Fed Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the Fed Cup. So it's like Japan versus, I think they're playing, was it Spain at the time?
Yeah.
Spain,
Cerebro Torres.
Torres.
Cerebre Torres, I think her surname is.
She lost the first set 6-0.
Yeah, she's down to world number 10 now, but still, come on.
And what did she lose the second set?
6-3.
6-3. It was just, honestly, I did not see it coming. Osaka was a massive favourite to win it. And she's been in brilliant form the last 8 months.
She lost to Corey Goff, though. And she went out a bit. She didn't even win a set.
Yeah, but she's been...
I think based on her form, I wasn't...
Come on, I did not see her lose 6-0, 6-1.
No,
6-3.
I didn't see her losing 6-0.
That's ridiculous. I feel like
I was even saying to her...
It was all the unforced errors, though. She made... In the first set, I saw a statistic. I forget how many it was, but it was a ridiculous amount.
I was even saying to somebody, I just
errors.
thought she was going to wait until she was 5-3 down in the second before she made her comeback.
Or 5-0.
Yeah.
That's something she would do.
But she didn't. She's obviously still in bad form from the Australian Open.
So for me, Osaka, end of the week.
Well, for me, there was just a shocking result. Another women's match, Stojanovic. And she's number 82 in the world. She was playing against Larsson from Sweden.
Oh, yeah. She's quite old, Larsson, right?
I believe so. She's 230 in the world. Or
yeah, but she's been around for a bit.
So 6-1, 6-0, mate. What happened there?
Do you not feel, though, this is definitely a topic for another podcast, but do you not feel like the women's game, you're able to see like these crazy results like more often than the men, say?
I think so, because I don't think there's as many female quitters as there is male quitters. I think men retire from matches more than women, to be honest. I think women, maybe, I don't know. It's like, just from what I see more of these freak results, and women tend to finish their matches unless they're really, really injured on court. Whereas guys some of them just throw in the towel and just go, yeah, I'm 6-0, 4-1 down, yeah, you can have it. It's like snooker.
Yeah, they're certainly not as reliable, these women matches, because even like following some big betting pages and different tipsters and people who do it for like a living, like professional gamblers, a lot of them who do tennis, they'll avoid all WTA. They won't touch it. They won't bet on it at all. They're just solely ATP, and that's their reason is because it's
unpredictable.
It's very volatile. It's a very volatile market in terms of you don't really know what's ever going to happen. And like you say, a player who could be like 400 rankings above can lose 6-0, 6-0 one week to someone. On the other hand, it could be where you make your money. Yeah, but come on, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen.
Osaka losing.
There's no method to the madness sometimes, and
there was none.
No.
But what do you
think?
No,
it's a good pick. I'm not sure who to go with.
Well,
I'll let you decide actually this week, because you watched both, right? I didn't watch the Stojanovic match, so we'll go off what you think.
Well, in all fairness, it was a really feeble effort from Stojanovic, but I was gonna pick Osaka just because he's such a big name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was I was originally going for, but then you told me you were picking that one. I was like, I had already seen this other one. And I was like, right, oh well. So I think we were united in L of the week, Osaka. But yeah, but thanks for everybody with the questions. Keep your questions coming in. Yeah, please keep subscribing. Keep following us on Instagram.
And share it with your friends. Anyone who likes tennis, just share the podcast. Let's just try and make it bigger and bigger every week.
Let's build it up.
We're only going to get better the bigger it gets. Like.
And don't worry, all the people. I know that there's a lot of people out there. You're just like, talk about more stats. Come on, we need more stats. Like, this is just too vague of stuff. Don't worry, it's coming. We're building it. Like we're building up to a big episode.
Yeah.
The GOAT chat is going to continue.
Yep. So I'm not as enthusiastic as always because I'm just not very well. But
he's trying to give me his virus, probably.
I'll make sure next week I'm much better, and we'll be able to give you the quality content you deserve.
That's it.
So yeah, thanks for everything. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Will do.